this building, I have basically completed the entirety of the exterior, and I got the shop front area open. This is kind of meant to look more like a mirrored finish. I kind of got to figure out what I want to do about this side, though, because it's hard to obviously mirror with the trapdoors and the doors. I mean, I could keep that going down and then I can do stone instead, but not 100% sure how I would like to resolve that. But I am happy with the concept that I'm going for with this store. It's kind of meant to look more upscale and nice. And there we go. I have finished after the better part of probably 5 hours of like working on this and tweaking it and just kind of messing around with all the different things. The redstone shop is done. I think it turned out, in my opinion, very good. I think the mirror effect I'm really, really proud of. Especially this like sign that says Reds mirrored on the other side, and a little thing over here where there's a painting that is as mirrored as I can possibly make it. Obviously you can't flip a picture or a painting upside down, but having it be virtually the same thing with a minor change feels mirrory enough to me. Got my ender chest with an ender chest on an armor stand flipped upside down. That's how I did all the other stuff too, is I took the mini blocks and I just flipped them upside down. Tried my best to like match it as good as possible with that. Like I said, I think it looks really good. We've got all of your redstone needs. Droppers, dispensers, redstone lamps, dust and torches, comparators and repeaters, hoppers, pistons, and observers. Now you might wonder, you don't have sticky pistons? I don't have a slime farm, so I couldn't possibly have sticky pistons, but other people on the server do have slime farms and can thus sell slime, thus increasing the economy the server over. I also added a fun little way of getting in and out of the mirrored side, so you can kind of see a little bit more of the detail. I like the I really like how this area down here looks like you're walking on the ceiling of up there. I think it looks, like I said, I'm really happy with how this turned out. And I'm glad because, like I said, I spent like the entire rest of yesterday just kind of tweaking this and making it work for my needs. So happy as can be on the redstone shop, and I even branded it Reds to match along with the sign inside there. I'm very, very satisfied. Which leaves the only other shop that's currently built but not stocked or designed on the inside to go. And we are going to work on that real quick. And then I will end this video with a build montage completing another row of, I think I want to try to do like 3 more buildings. As a matter of fact, I've got them laid out over here so we can see. This area here is, I've got the building designed, I just don't know what I'm going to put into it yet. This building is going to be a clothing store, which is going to be borderline useless, but I just need to fill up space, and I have a fun idea for the inside of the building. And then a potion shop, which is going to be like the city's apothecary, if you will. Going back to the more old school, like medicine terms and stuff, you'll be able to buy all of your different brews and tonics and things like that. So let's start working on a design for in here. Now, when I think of the interior of a thrift store or pawn shop, I think of a cashier's area with a glass case with like the valuable items behind it. And then I think of just kind of racks of excess stuff. Now again, going back to what we have to sell, I've got saddles. This has got horse armor to go along with your saddles. We've got helmets and chest plates. We've got the leggings and boots, and we've got random tools. You know, just again, whatever I happen to find while end busting, that is going to be what actually gets sold here. So, hum. I tend to kind of go to quartz maybe too fast for things. But I know I'm gonna need glass. So if we think about the racks, maybe we'll try to use a wood of some kind. I do like dark oak. I've become more and more a fan of dark oak as I've been using it for its like log texture. But more than that, I think the stripped looks pretty good. So if we put a row of stripped log down like that, maybe try to get it to actually line up like that. So if we have that, and then pop, oh, I already have the glass. The glass on top, that could be like our little display case. The cashier can be locked back here just to kind of wander around. I think that would work. For the racks, I've got so many of these armor stands, and like what I could do is just lay these out like that, and then put the armor onto the stands. And then you can come in and just take it, but that can be a little confusing. Whoa. I'm terrible at removing armor stands. I don't want to make the shopping process difficult for anybody. I need them to instantly know how to shop. Some of my other shops have a little bit of a learning curve on how to use them. Like, I don't list the prices in the bookshop anywhere except on this little piece of paper here. People have to constantly check what the price is. Even though it's 1 diamond for everything in that shop, here I actually have the prices listed above it. So I'm trying to think what would, keeping it separate enough, you know, like I said, I don't want to copy existing shops. What could we put? Maybe barrels to hold the gear? I wonder if I have enough barrels on me, or if I'm gonna have to make more. I have no barrels in here. So I'm gonna go make some barrels and we will get back to this. Okay, so again, thinking in terms of what we have, we've got like armor, gear, and then horse stuff. And there's going to be some other things in here, more specialty mini blocks that I'm going to design that are going to go into this area. But for over here and over here, I'm thinking I like the idea of the barrels. That leaves plenty of space for stocking purposes. So I've got the barrels laid out, and I can just go ahead and fill them. There's not going to be a whole ton of rhyme or reason, and I don't want it to look super precise, so that'll be for swords. I don't really have any axes. Pickaxes and shovels. We'll do that over on this side, so we'll do the pickaxes here, and then like I said, just kind of mess up the you know, collection of those. And then we will get the shovels in place. Riveting. Riveting content right here. Okay, so that and that. And now we can move on to chest plates and helmets. So I got that side, and let's just grab all of this and the saddles. Out of saddles. Saddles can go into this back one, because that'll be the most, somebody who doesn't have a saddle, this is where they're going to check first, right? And then diamond, gold, and iron. Okay, so it's like an old adventurer shop. Just like stuff that an adventurer found on their journey. Let's work to get a villager in here, and I think I want to go with the blacksmith for this shop, specifically because they've got the eye patch, and I think that if the idea of the shop is going to be that it is a old adventurer shop, this guy with his eye patch looks probably the most like an ex-adventurer, like NPC. So let's see if I've got a villager in the chamber. I should. I used up a lot of them, but there should still be some people in here. Oh no. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to wait on that until more villagers get bred up. I can help that by going to sleep right quick. It's been a long time since I've been up here. Forgot how much I loved the interior of this apartment. It's lovely. I still have a lot of work to do. I haven't really done anything that you haven't seen in video, I haven't done yet, unfortunately. But I'm constantly taking damage. What else could we do to make this shop really sing? Banners. I could do some banners. Ooh, I could sell. Ugh. See, this is where I'm starting to get a little bit carried away. As much as, like, I wish I could do more building and designing on camera for everyone, just so that you could see my process a little bit more. The way my brain works, it just doesn't think on its feet. Like, I have to stare at a problem for minutes up to hours in order to, like, really come up with something good. So not going to try to do a sneaky, like, match cut. Instead, I'm going to stare directly at the sun. And hopefully, in staring directly at the sun, I have finished. I need to come up with a name to put on the outside of it still, but the interior is done. And I think from the outside looking in, it looks like a proper, like, old knick-knack shop. There's just a few things left that I need to add. Like, I need to add some sort of labeling over there. I've got these here, and I'm going to make these invisible with the book in just a second, but this way you can see that you've got your shovels, your pickaxes, all your different armors. I'm using just chainmail and iron because obviously I don't want to waste diamond stuff there, just because I want it to be available to people. But I've got any 2 items for just a diamond. I could go cheaper. I should go cheaper maybe, because I mean, like, the stuff is like randomly enchanted, so it's kind of a mixed bag of what you're getting, but you can't do fractional prices with diamonds, so it is what it is. But I've got some like random maps of end cities up on each side, and my favorite part is this little display case of all this guy's knickknacks. So he's got emerald ore, which, not spectacularly rare, but it's one of my favorite ores just because it doesn't generate everywhere. Got an ancient debris, got some gilded blackstone, put an eye of ender kind of leaning off there. There's a shulker shell, totem of undying on a little stand. I like the little detail of it being actually propped up, like this one is leaning up against the gilded blackstone. Got a telescope, got a dragon head, and our cashier / the owner is Randolph C. So he's our weary traveler who decided to hang up his, adventuring boots and open up a shop to sell all of his wares. I've got all the different banners with like general designs from each of the patterns you can get, plus the special ones that, you find either at end cities like this one or off of pillagers. And then because I needed one more, I put brick. I thought that kind of made sense. It's decorative enough. But yeah, and then my favorite thing is the rare cursed items bargain bin. So in here, these are just free. People can take them if they want, but they're just a bunch of cursed items. So I like the idea of him just like, I need to get these out of here. They're cursed items. Got saddles and then the different horse armors in here. Little art area here, mostly just for the exterior stuff. There's a bunch of different rugs. Like what I was really trying to go for with this shop was a guy just moving in furniture and throwing it where it was, like using cabinets and stuff to hold his gear, random rugs and carpets that he's found. Like this one kind of has a nether portal look to it. But yeah, it is done, and I'm very happy with the way this looked. And for the first time ever, I added a little back room so this guy could be he can go to sleep. I did that mostly so that if anyone does fall back here, he won't be standing in the way the entire time, because it can be kind of annoying to get past him. People like me just do that because we're insane, but not everyone wants to, rocket off, or if they have like ender pearls or whatever. But yeah, really happy with the way that the shop turned out. It took like the same thing with the redstone shop. It took longer than it should have, because the way my brain works for designing things needed time to really flesh out everything. So I've got that done, but I still want to add more shops / buildings into here. So I'm going to do that as my last thing of this episode. I don't know, it's hard to gauge interest in time lapses. Like, I think, it's cool if you're into seeing how people build, and the music can be nice, but I gotta use royalty-free music that won't get me flagged for copyright, just because it's not good to have that on your YouTube channel. So let's get into the time lapse, and I will kind of wrap this episode up afterwards. I will see you in a second. And it looks great so far. I'm so happy to see more of the city coming alive. And now that we've gotten to this point, like the fact that we can see the other side of the street is just a short distance away is I'm very excited. I think we can get the rest of this done maybe by next episode, but I don't want to like rush things. What are you doing in there, my friend? As you can see, I have started doing some of the interior work on some of the shops. Obviously, I'm not fully spawn-proofed in here just yet based on the zombie. But this is going to be the clothing shop, the middle shop of what I just built. So I've got some like mirrors on the wall. These are the changing rooms. You can come in here. There's a little hanger where you can put your stuff. And then there's the 3 mirrors so you can see the different sides of your, outfit. And this is where the employee will work. And I actually had an idea while I was building this. Before I started, obviously, I mentioned like, oh yeah, it's going to be like a borderline useless shop to sell clothes because, who's going to want to buy like a bunch of dyed leather armor and stuff. So like the shop will have dyed leather armor, hanging off of here to represent shirts and pants and probably shoes on this rack and stuff. But what the actual shop is going to be is, as you may remember from, past videos, I really enjoy making skins for people. And I often do just make skins for people like Misclick. He's always getting me to update his skin for the season, or, when he has a new idea and wants to add a little Joe Dirt flair to his Iron Golem skin, I'll go ahead and I'll do that for him. And he usually pays me, in diamond blocks because he's a very generous and nice man. But other people have asked, and I've made some skins for other people, but a place where you can go and simply submit your request for a new skin and then I will work on it. And that's kind of the idea that I want to have for that shop. This shop, I've done the interior for it. As you can see here, we've got like a little bulletin board area with a window. And the inside of the shop here, I struggled to think because I still don't really know what I want to put in here. I had a thought that maybe I would put like bricks, regular bricks, stone bricks, nether bricks, quartz, like building blocks, basically. Like make this like a building block shop. Think of like a Home Depot or something like that. And putting that next to the redstone shop kind of makes sense. Like these would be the 2 shops you would visit if you're about to start a project and want to do both the interior and exterior of like a redstone build. But I'm still not 100% sure on that. It's a nice storefront. I really like the look of it from the outside. And there's going to be I'm going to use this entranceway here to kind of lead up, and that will allow rockets in my hand. That will allow people to get up into these apartments up here, as well as the apartments up here, and most likely on this one as well. And obviously I still need to do all the roofs and stuff, but that kind of comes once I get more of the interior done. Like since I built the shop fronts, I know how deep the buildings need to go, but I still need to think about the actual like living space, quote unquote, up top here. And the last shop is the apothecary. I'm really happy with the like little details on the outside here, the stairs kind of turning, giving a little bit of extra dimension to the build. And when you come inside, I wanted it to be set up almost like a normal store. So there's aisles, and each side has 5 barrels because there are 15 different potions that you can purchase. Obviously I haven't filled any of these, but we're gonna have like the 5 most popular potions, probably fire resistance, maybe night vision, water breathing, slow falling, strength even. So whatever the 5 most popular potions would be, and I'll ask my friends on the server, and then the next 5, and then like the least popular, or the ones that are going to be the hardest to actually stock. Like for example, potion of Turtle Master it's a very difficult one to make because I would have to build a turtle farm, and I haven't done that yet. Ever, actually. So I would have to go in and learn how to do that from scratch, basically. And then over here, I'm going to sell glowstone, redstone, and gunpowder with a little stand over here where you can modify whatever potions you purchase from over here. Maybe even a fourth barrel. I'll get some dragon's breath so we can have the lingering potions. But that is... I'm happy with the interior of that shop. And I'm very excited to get all the detail work done on the inside of the clothing shop. 'Cause I think that's one where if it doesn't look super good, then the illusion will be somewhat ruined. I'm already happy with, the way the mirrors turned out and everything. All the little details, the way the carpet works and everything. I like it, but there's a lot of detail-y stuff to get done. And I don't really have much more time for this episode, unfortunately. I know it might seem like I didn't really do much, but all of this and the insides of these two buildings, I mean, that took like a solid week of constant, coming back, working on it for a couple hours, getting, losing some inspiration and having to come back. So it's like, I'm very pleased with where it's at. And actually, I think I was seeing earlier, I'm already selling redstone stuff, which is fantastic. The shop is already making money, and it's literally been open for like 2 days on the server, which is fantastic. But Main Street is getting, like, at least the first half of Main Street it's almost done. Like, there's 3 more buildings that need to fit there, and then I can take a little bit of a break from this aspect of it. I kind of want to start laying out the other roads, get the road that leads this way and then loops around to where the harbor area is going to be. Maybe even start terraforming this. This is all going to take, so much time that I can't necessarily promise when it's going to get done. But I'm very excited to keep Main Street and keep the city expanding beyond what's already been done. And obviously I have to do all the backs of the buildings before I officially call this done. But once half of Main Street is done and I've got all the shops that I need to have open, the other side is going to be, I might start doing the farms over there because, like I said, I need to get more resources for other types of shops. I know that I want to have a dye shop, like a paint store basically, where I would sell all the different dyes. So that'll probably be on this side of the street because I'm not gonna have the farm set up in time to get this side done. And I still need to go in and actually convert this into the skeleton farm and this into the spider farm. And that is going to really set off the farm building, I think. So look forward to that if you would like. I know I'm excited, and I hope you are enjoying the series. Mostly a building series without, like I said, I'm not good at building on camera. I struggle to think of what to do next, and if I sit in silence for a while, I can get stuff banged out. But as far as, talking over my experiences, it gets to be rather tricky. So that is going to do it for this episode. Look at that. Like I said, I know that the tops of the buildings and everything aren't done, but come on. It's a really cool sight to see so many buildings. And to see where this place has come from since, the first or second episode before I even really got started on this aspect of my base. I have to constantly remind myself that this is all my base. It's a shopping district, but it's also gonna be, my base. I've got all my villagers there, and I'm so excited. And these last couple builds have really come together in a way that I'm really happy with. And I just kind of want to start getting going on more builds. So I'm gonna end this episode. Thank you for watching the videos and commenting when you do. I really appreciate that, and I love responding to people who have pleasant things to say. If you got criticisms, let me know, because if you see a block out of place, or if you don't like a certain build, or you think I'm going in the wrong direction, I'd love that feedback. You know, I'm making these videos for kind of posterity's sake so that I have a record of everything I've done, but at the same time, I'm doing it to entertain people. And if what I'm doing isn't entertaining you, let me know. Just not all at once, please. So, getting better at ending videos, that's for sure. And I will say, as the snow starts to come in, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Have a good one.